Alright guys, happy Monday. Today we are going to be working on a 2016 Kia Sorento, and before I even tell you, I want you guys to take a guess. What job do you think we're going to be doing? Yes indeed, that is correct. We will be doing the timing chain on that. So yeah, it's one of those 2.0 liter motors, I think Theta II, something like that. I don't know these Kias. I don't want to know these Kias. If it was me, I would be getting a new car at this point. But customer wants to save it, so we're gonna try to save it. And yeah, if we're lucky, this job should only take us maybe one day here. We might be able to finish it by the end of the day. We're getting a bit of a late start here. It's already late, but if we're unlucky, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. We'll see how it goes. But let's get this shop cleaned up and get started. Alright, so here's all our parts that we got for it. We've got oil filter, of course, because we're going to have to do an oil change doing it. Valve cover gasket, there's just totally shot, as if we could even reuse it. But two belts, because their serpentine belts are worn out as hell, and one of them is a stretch belt, and I do not want to screw with that. Next we got, well, the whole timing kit here. We went with the Cloy's one, as you can see. But yeah, we've got our guides here. Oh wow, one of these chains isn't packaged. Interesting. You can see it's just loose in there. That's lovely. I don't want to touch it with these dirty ass hands, but yeah. So that's the main timing chain that's loose in there. This one is the oil pump chain, which we'll also be doing since it really doesn't take that much extra to do. And you might as well. If one's failed, the other one's probably going to soon. These are the guides for that oil pump chain. And then each one of these, I can only assume, is the tensioner. One for each chain again, of course. So, with that said, let's get started. I'm gonna pull the car on in here, and let's go. All right, so here's the Kia in question. And yeah, we'll see whether or not it starts up right now, because we're just using one of our spare batteries we had around the shop. It came in with a dead one. But let's see here if it wants to start up, and you can see just how bad this sounds. Nope. Of course, gonna have to go jump it. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's try it now. Oh yeah, there she is. And you can see just what I'm talking about here on this noise. Man, it's terrible. All right, let's get it pulled into the shop quick before that noise goes any longer. Man, that's bad.
Yeah.
Poor car. Poor engine.
Alright guys, so it turns out that the screen recording that I did of my tablet came out really shitty. Who would have guessed that pointing the camera at it isn't the move? It's not 2016 anymore. Anyways though, so I was right, it is indeed the Theta II motor, it turns out. Can't believe I remembered that, but yeah, here's the instructions on all data. I've got it zoomed in for you guys here. First step is to remove the cylinder head cover, which I find it interesting that they call it that instead of a valve cover, but anyways, we all know what they're talking about. You got to line up the crank pulley, and then it says remove the timing chain cover. Now, interestingly enough, it does not give you a link here like it does on this, so you got to go up here and select it from there. But once you get in here, you know, remove the battery, whatever, engine cover, air duct, drive belt, cylinder head cover, oil pan. You got to take off the oil pan to even get the timing chain cover out. Set the jack to the edge of the ladder frame because you got to take off this motor mount. They got this ECVVT cover. It's interesting. It's got some brushes inside that it tells you to check for down here. But after that, it's pretty much just a matter of taking that off. Actually, interesting thing, they tell you to take off the drive belt tensioner. I'm not convinced that you actually have to. You can even see in this photo right here. It really doesn't look like you have to. Like, it doesn't look like it's in the way. God, could that resolution be any worse? But you'll notice here and in all the other photos, right down here, the water pump pulley has conveniently already been taken off. However, at no point in here do they tell you to do that, but it is indeed necessary, as I found out later. Aside from that, if we go back to the regular timing chain procedure, it's pretty simple from there. Once you got the timing cover off, then it's just a matter of making sure that things are aligned, and then just a standard timing job, you know, pull out tensioners, replace the guides, blah, blah, blah. You've probably seen it a million times, but anyways, this is my take on it.
All right, so let's get started on it here. We got a bunch of stuff to take off, all this ducting, wiring harness, coils, high pressure fuel pump. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started.
Well, that's how it goes out on the road. I was your best Santa when I was a younger man and I thought that I knew it all. I refused a walking cane while they stood around and watched me crawl.
All right, so I just pulled this little thing out right there, and what this is it's a little bracket that holds this line right here in place. And now I could do some wiggling probably and figure out a way to get this out of here, but honestly my best bet is to just leave it in here dangling. But what I wanted to talk about was I'm just not gonna put this back on there. Probably, we'll see. I'm gonna see how close it is. If it looks like it is pretty close to there, because they put it on here probably to, well, stop it from actually rubbing against anything. But the way I see it in here is that when it's attached, it's not close to any metal on there. Yeah, no, it's not close to any metal.
Right, so at this point, I just started yapping. Basically, that metal pipe wasn't anywhere near any sort of anything that it could rub against. However, vibrations are a concern, especially with these high-pressure fuel pumps, and they send the fuel in pulses, and these pulses actually have to even be timed to the injectors. But anyways, that is there to dampen the vibrations. It's a really short fuel line, but I might still put it back on there. We'll see how it looks. It was just such a nightmare. Some things like that you can just skip, but when it comes to high pressure fuel lines, it really does depend.
Anyways, wanted to share that right there. That was an absolute nightmare. I had to use one of these angled wrenches, whatever the hell you want to call them, to be able to actually get that out of there. Well, get the bolt loose. But anyways, I'm rambling at this point. Let's get back to work here. Before I go back to the time lapse, I started taking off the high pressure fuel pump before realizing that this thing is a complete mess right now. Like, I don't know if you can see it, how well it is, but there's a bunch of just like plastic debris from this thing disintegrating over there. So let's just blast it all with air. Alright, so one more little trick here. I keep pausing this, but I want to keep these all out of my way. Actually, that's probably going to be in your way on the camera view, but sorry about that, guys. Gotta make my job work, though. So anyways, though, what we'll be doing here is just using a little piece of this solid copper wire, and we're going to attach this, pull it back as much as possible, and then we won't have nothing in our way over there. And then also, while I'm at it, I just got the bolts done on this, and you can see this one actually isn't too bad, but there's a lot of oil. Maybe I cleaned these off actually before I put them back in last time, but when I pulled these out, there's a bunch of oil in here because we pulled them out originally to do a compression check. Now, I will also mention while I'm in here, these bolts right here, there's like 3 of them. They're all, yeah, this one just came out. They're all loose. And we did not touch those. Those have to be from the previous shop. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a bit concerning, but, you know, not bad. Anyways, though, yeah, it looks like the oil problem isn't as bad in there, but I know it was before, so I wanted to mention that. Anyways, back to the time lapse. I think we're just about to, we just got to pull off all the bolts all around it. Then the valve cover should just lift off. Maybe I'll just do this in real time. Just speed it up a little bit or something for you guys if it takes a while. Let's see here. I know I'm not doing the star pattern like I'm supposed to. Sue me. You might notice I will re-screw in my old bolts and everything, just so I don't lose track of them, and it works better for me that way. When there's so many different types of bolts. Don't tell me I actually have to do work and take it off or some shit like that. What a jip. Let's see if I can just... Wait, what the fuck? What? What kind of goddamn hose clamp is that? That's like a permanent hose clamp. There's no goddamn heads on it. Why is it all like that there? God, I don't want to take that off. Okay. Fuck it. Let's get the air ratchet and find a fucking way to get in there. Let's see if I can just do the small extension. That. Got this thing. If y'all don't have one, get one. The flex head, 3/8 air ratchet is the goat. I say that and then it's not gonna fucking fit at all. Not gonna be able to do shit. That's okay. We planned for that. Let me turn this music down before I get copyrighted any more than I already have been. God, it's such good music. I wish I didn't have to turn it down. Alright. Alright, that got it. So, that's exactly what you need. You need an impact ratchet, and you need a short extension or just a long 10 mil, and then this, ideally a wobble one, and then a swivel, and you're set. So, in theory, the Lockman is calling. Alright, we're back. Anyways, let's see, we should be good to just pull this on off. I want to try to get this bolt out of here, actually. Let's see. What I'm trying to do. Hey, here comes the rain. See if it sticks around or not. Oh yeah, and there's these two. Almost didn't recognize them. All right, now we should be good. Let's see. Let's do the good old rubber hammer tap. Nope. She's not going nowhere from that. Okay, so we're still stuck, just as much as we were, which I think everyone predicted. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to start prying on it. God, I hate brittle plastic bullshit. Alright, so what I've been doing here is kind of just tapping this in. It's got a little rubberized coating on the bottom of the pry bar, so that's working. We got it in. We got this whole front side wiggling, but you'll see this back side isn't moving an inch. So, still need to go deeper. All right, guys, I think we got it here. Let's see. All right, yeah. This is it here. These pushed over, just like that one bolt did. Oh, fuck. I see. I see what you're doing to me. Finger that bastard back in there. Now we should just be able to pull off, but I might need to do something about that bracket over there. We'll see. Yeah, boy, there we go. This gasket is so toast. Surprised it's still as together as it is right now. Holy shit. Alright. We got the bastard out. Alright, so. Oh yeah. Here we are. We're down underneath now. We just gotta get this oil pan drained. We got it. Probably spilled a drop or two. Okay, maybe we spilled more than a drop. But, anyways. All right, so as you can see right here, we got to take these bolts out right there because it's got a bracket that has the bolts going through it to hold on the oil pan. So it shouldn't be too bad, but just a interesting design. Whatever engineer designed that probably thought they were the smartest freaking guy in the world. A lot of problems can be solved by sticking a rod where it's supposed to go. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, we got it. What do you know? I will take that. Ay, ay, ay. Whacked the shit out of my elbow on the way down though, I tell you what. Now, should just be a simple matter of a bunch of 10 mils and fucking hell, of course it lands right as I look underneath there. Now, are those triple squares or can I get those with the 12 point? That's the question. Let's see. It looks kind of like a 12. 12.12. Yeah, 12.12 is gonna work. God, these are long ones. Where are they going into? What? Was not expecting that. Now it's just 10 mils. All right. Let's see if the rubber mallet trick works a little bit better on this than it did on the valve cover. Well, I guess it's not working any better. Okay. All right, pry bar it is. Okay. Got a little bit of motion there. Almost looks like someone's done this before. 'Cause, I don't know, the silicone looks pretty messy. Literally doesn't give me nowhere to pry on. Yeah! The trusty hammer worked. Just when I was about to switch it to time lapse too. Still got a good bit of oil in there. I don't know, there was definitely some metal shavings in the oil pan, so we'll see. I hope this motor's still good. At least the compression test came back good, so, you know. It'll at least hold compression, but yeah. Alright, well, that might be it for tonight. We'll see, maybe I'll do time and cover. So yeah, as you can see in this oil pan here, there's a bunch of, you know, glitters in there. Same in here. Now, hopefully that's all just from the timing chain, you know, degrading and whatnot, but, there is definitely... Man, almost dropped it into the oil here. Let's, yeah, let's do that. You can kind of see some of the silver I see. There's a bunch right there, too, but... Yeah, all of that right there ain't no good, so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's still survivable. Alright guys, well, it got dark real quick there, but it's about 7 o'clock now, so I'm gonna call it, head home for tonight, take the truck back. Yes sir, it's a good day so far. Well, okay, not really. Didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to today, but the stuff that I did get done went pretty fast. I just got caught up doing some other bullshit, so you know how it goes. Anyways, I'm gonna head home. Might even get this video edited and posted tonight if we're lucky. But yeah, have a good night, guys.